We are rocking and rolling here, folks, from the break on what is the hottest show on the streets, the #1 forum for Crimson Tide football news, notes, and information on a Wednesday hump day in my own words with yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama magazine. Appreciating the man, John Ivory, as always in the production studio doing his thing. And as always, Tide Nation, be sure to give a thumbs up. Give a like on the show and hit that subscribe button. Turn all of those notifications on so that way you can have the best in alerts, updates, news, and commentary on your Crimson Tide. But it's only been 2 days of fall camp, Monday and Tuesday. Through 2 days of fall camp, you've got players and you've got coaches already excited about one Bryce Young, already impressed by the five-star true freshman quarterback from California by the way of Mater Dei High School in Bryce Young. And on Tuesday, Devontae Smith was in a Zoom call, the veteran wide receiver, the senior out of Amite, Louisiana. He came before Dylan Moses, but Devontae Smith was in a Zoom call, and Smitty talked about there are so many things that he likes about Bryce Young. He mentioned it, despite the fact that he didn't have a spring, this guy is going to be a really good quarterback. He's got, the way he carries himself, the way he carries himself, the way he goes about the game, his feel for the game, his mindset in the game, the way he picks up things. He's a fast learner, quick learner. I like what I'm seeing from him. He is just going to be a really great quarterback. That comes from Devontae Smith. And it's interesting because am I saying Bryce Young is going to be QB1? No, I'm not saying that. However, it is intriguing that one of the veteran receivers in Devontae Smith, this is no fly-by-night guy. This is no, walk-on guy. This is no just third-string wide receiver. This is a name of big weight. This is a name of cachet. This is a name of notoriety. This is one half of the heroic, the glorious 2nd and 26, which is forever etched in Crimson Tide football folklore. This is somebody that's got 23 career touchdowns, and 2 of those were game winners. This is somebody that if he would have declared for the 2020 NFL draft, he would have probably been selected in the back portion of that first round. So Devontae Smith's name holds a whole ton of weight. So with him saying what he said, kind of a big deal, is a really big deal. So it's interesting to hear him say that. But then, right behind Smitty, here comes Steve Sarkisian, Alabama offensive coordinator, hours later at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, talking some of the same things on Bryce Young and how he has impressed Sark. So we got a clip right here of Sark from Tuesday's Zoom call. This is Steve Sarkisian talking about how impressed he's been by Bryce Young.
With Bryce, I've been really impressed. It was hard for him not having spring practice, but the guy definitely studies the game. He works at it. He's got a great attention to detail. He has a really good feel for the game. And although it's only been 2 practices, which is not a lot, we haven't even put on pads yet, you see the natural passer in him. You see the natural feel for the game. Now, there's a lot of little things we have to build on, but I think you get a sense for us, at least of an idea of the type of player he's going to be for us.
So you've got a veteran receiver in Devontae Smith and the offensive coordinator in Steve Sarkisian both talking about one, Bryce Young. And what this does is the question you have to ask yourself, how much can Young rise in camp? How quickly can he rise? How fast can he rise? How effectively can he rise in camp if he's trying to take that starting quarterback position from Mac Jones? For a lot of you fans out there, Bryce Young is the guy that you want to start. That's the narrative being played up here. So how quickly, how fast can he rise? Because going back to what Sark just said there's still some little things. There's a lot of little things that he's trying to hammer in. He's trying to work with Young on. So how quickly can he take to those small things? How quickly can he eat up the learning curve? How effectively, how fast can he rise and take that starting job at the quarterback position? Because it's very interesting just seeing 2 days in of fall camp, Devontae Smith high on him, and now Steve Sarkisian speaking very high, of one Bryce Young. But along with that, and this is a conversation that I've been wanting to have with Alabama fans for quite some time. As much as you want to see Bryce Young play, and I want to see Bryce Young get on the field, the big thing here is being able to appreciate the entire quarterback room, in its fullness. And this has happened since 2014 when you had Blake Sims and Jacob Coker, when you had in 2016 Jalen Hurts and Blake Barnett, 2017 with Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts, and then of course, now with Mac Jones and Bryce Young, it's become you can praise one quarterback, but people automatically feel like you're putting down, you're hating on, you're casting shade, you're being negative toward the other guy. And that's not necessarily the case. I mean, there's got to be a way to where you appreciate both quarterbacks, the entire quarterback room, in its fullness, because in the same way, the same mouth that said, Bryce Young, attention to details, you're starting to get an idea of what he can be, at Alabama. This same guy, Steve Sarkisian, talked about the moxie of Mac Jones. He talked about the toughness of Jones. He talked about the leadership of Jones and the way he was able to play down the stretch of the season, after Tua got hurt, especially when he got more confident in the role of being the guy, at quarterback. And for the longest of time, the quarterback position was one that Saban had trouble hitting on. And now that Saban has brought in a lot of these 4-star and 5-star guys under center at that position, you got to be able to appreciate everybody in that room for what they can do. It's kind of like for a lot of people, it's like buying a car. You can have a Toyota Camry or a Honda, Hyundai, Mercedes-Benz. It's a great car. It's new, it's sleek, it's dependable, it's reliable. When you get in the car and crank it up, it turns on. That car gets you from point A to point B. That car was your road dog. It saw you through thick and thin. That car was a very reliable car. But then the new drop-top Bentley coupes come out. And everybody's like, oh, man, the Bentley coupe, bruh, that thing's so sleek. It's so sexy. It's so appealing. It's so nice. It's popping. If you ain't driving one of them Bentley coupes, popping back little Bentley coupe one time, if you ain't in that Bentley coupe, there's a problem with you. And you go out there and you get the Bentley coupe, and all of a sudden that reliable car, that you had, that dependable car that you had, it suddenly starts to lose some significance. It suddenly starts to lose some value. It suddenly starts to lose some appreciation. And I know for a lot of you as Tide fans, you enjoy the young players. You enjoy the freshmen. I enjoy the freshmen. I enjoy the young players. But in the same way that we enjoy the young guys, gotta be able to appreciate the entire quarterback room and every strength, every strong suit, every ability that Mac Jones can provide, that Bryce Young can provide, and that Paul Tyson can provide. So the ability to enjoy everybody, not trying to pit, one quarterback, not trying to pit one quarterback against another, because in this season, in a 10-game conference-only schedule, you're going to have some players with nicks and bruises. You're going to have some situations where everybody's going to have to play, and everybody's going to have to be ready to play. So if Bryce Young ends up becoming the guy, great, fantastic. You're seeing him through 2 fall camp practices. Devontae Smith saying big things. Steve Sarkisian saying big things. But if Mac Jones is the starter, and I believe he will end up being the starting guy, week 1, you got to be able to roll with Mac Jones and show that support to him and what he's been able to do, what he's been able to accomplish, the leadership and the moxie and the toughness that he has brought that team, and also show some appreciation for one, Paul Tyson as well, as he continues to grow, with him having a little bit over a year within the system. But it's very interesting right now seeing, players impressed with Bryce Young, coaches impressed with the 5-star freshman. How quickly can he rise? How quickly can he go? How fast can he build on the small things if he's trying to ascend in the crash course to becoming that starting quarterback for the Crimson Tide. We take another break here on the show. Don't touch that dial, because when we come back, it's back on you, Tide Nation. We entertain your phone calls, your thoughts, your tweets, your text messages, your discussion on Crimson Tide football right after this.
T-Town Menswear in the University Mall in Tuscaloosa. Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $5.95 per month, or pay $49.95 for a full year subscription. That's a saving of almost $22. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.